Good morning. Welcome to Conversations with Anasa. We're so happy to be here with you. Oh my, yes. So let's start with meditation. Okay, take your attention inside below your belly button and breathe deeply into that place. And just feel everything get quiet, even still. And allow that feeling to expand in your belly. And feel that you're not holding any tension in your body below your belly button. No spanks allowed in meditation. And just allow yourself to feel what you feel without judgment. Every time we sit down and take our attention inside, nothing but good happens. We may feel totally miserable, but nothing but good happens in meditation. Because we are tending to that which is beyond harm. What's real about ourselves cannot be harmed. And this is what we are cultivating our awareness to behold, to be. It's not outside of us. When you're ready, allow your attention to drop to the tip of your tailbone. The central channel actually begins at the perineum, which is a very sensitive spot for both men and women. It's just in front of the anus and behind the vagina. It's right. It's a very small point in some people, especially in women. That is where the central channel happens. And flows directly upward from that point. And if your shoulders are back a little bit, everything can open up. And also your head can't be drooping forward. And feel that channel. It can be, but it's not so straight. So this is why it's important to sit up straight, to feel that channel. You want everything stacked on top of itself rather than slouching forward. Gently allow your attention to rise up that channel to your heart center. In the middle of your chest. And feel especially behind your heart. To release any stagnation in your back. And we'll go back and feel into the solar plexus. Breathe into that place. This is the first place to shut down when life punches us in the stomach. This is the access to the diaphragm, where we hold or allow our breath to expand in our bodies. If you feel a knot there, breathe into it. Just allow it to be. And allow yourself to be curious about what that knot represents for you. And it may assume a shape or a form or a structure. Just allow it to show you what it is. Ask deeply to understand. Nobody else can do this for us. When you're ready, move back up to your heart center and see if it feels any different. And you'll find your energy naturally releases up to the throat center when it's ready. Allow the energy to rise up to your third eye. And if at any point you feel your body energetically detoxing, ask everything that's not yours to leave. Take your attention above your head. Allow white light to run through your entire system, cleansing it of any impurities or energy that's not yours, that doesn't belong. Feel for that which doesn't change. When you're ready, holding your attention inside, allow your eyes to open. Now may we serve today. So happy to be with you. Hmm. So what started coming up is that, each of us has to learn, most of us already know this, that we can't be responsible for anybody else's behavior. Young children, yes. Beyond that, and in the choice between our own inner work and diluting our effort with worry, judgment, concern, anything toward the other than just going to the Anasa temple and wishing them well, can actually be an obstruction for them as well as you. It's clearly an obstruction for you and a limitation on your energy, but it's also can cloud what's coming to them because it's couched in a sort of negativity when we don't just send love. So whoever we're struggling with in our inner life, it's a good idea to go to the Anasa temple and first of all, wish them well. In that way, we are wishing what is held in us in reaction well also. we are encouraging that to begin to break up that pattern so that we can bring that to love also. You know, it's not a joke or a lie that love cures everything. How may we serve? We welcome your questions.
Hello.
Yes. Hi.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So happy
Well,
to see you.
it's great to be here. Yeah. Well, I've been struggling a little bit. You actually, which it always seems to happen, or most often, that you speak into what's exactly going on with me. Um, so I've been struggling a little bit, and I will be going to the Inasa Temple right after this program. I have a friend that I'm a little challenged with, and we discussed a dream I had with the little black baby that you had asked me. We were on this cliff, and we were going to fall to our deaths, and this baby was yanked out of my hands. Anyway, this had to do with my friend Jeannie name, sorry. And so anyway, I guess I felt apprehensive or nervous about, because she's coming back into my life, or wanting to come back into my life in a big way. And so the Inasa will help Temple to get some clarity, but I'm realizing that I'm still feeling I need to put a boundary up. And it's just challenging for me. And I had told her I could talk with her in the next couple days, and she's been leaving gifts at my door. I had a birthday, and just really wanting to connect. And I'm approaching kind of a difficult week coming up, so I realize I'm going to have to write her and tell her this is not going to be a good time for me. And so
So the first thing to understand is that this is vampire energy.
okay.
This is the energy that takes the love and sucks you dry and gives back nothing in return.
Pretty much.
Yes. So understanding that.
Pretty much.
So then, what is a boundary?
Speaking honestly.
So here's the thing. Instead of thinking about boundary,
yeah,
move yourself into the realm where you are untouchable by that energy. You become love itself. You have the capacity to do that. You just did it less than 5 minutes ago. You were pure love, pure, radiant love. And then you thought about this energy and you became that. Not in a real way, because your system can't hold that. You're too much love to be able to become that. But the thought of entertaining that energy again, reduces you.
Right. True.
So don't entertain that energy. Understand that person is cultivating that energy. And there's no room for that in your life.
No.
And just because they're pretending to be nice, because they want your energy, that doesn't mean you have to give it.
Yeah. That's big.
That's really big.
For me.
It's big for all of us, because there is a level below which, until we're really, really, really strong, we don't go there. And even then, maybe not.
I see. Yeah.
See, just thinking about that energy makes you feel defeated.
Yeah.
That's not where you want to go.
No.
That's not something that, and this person is not, in a position where you have to relate to them. So that means it's not a karmic event. It's not something you have to clean up.
I do feel that. It's great you speak into that, because I do feel that.
Yes, you do. And everything inside you is resisting this contact.
Yes.
And so you can just permanently be busy. You don't have to make a statement. You don't have to explain yourself to anyone in this world. Except the people you say you love.
Right. Yes, that one is, I'm having some resistance to, so I realize it's true. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. This is new behavior for me. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we all think that turning the other cheek means, oh yeah, let him hit me again.
Right. Turn a part of a cheek.
No, this energy is not welcome inside you. So it's not welcome inside your house.
Right. Yeah, thank you for that.
You are so welcome.
Yeah. I needed to hear that.
And, as we said, you don't have to make a statement. You don't have to push back. You
Yeah.
just disappear. You just
Mm.
disappear.
Mm. Mm.
You're,
So not even respond or I'm
you can
just not
respond.
available.
You can respond and just say you're too busy. Life is too demanding right now for you
Yeah,
to
it
be
is.
able.
That-
Yeah,
That's
it's the
that's
truth.
the truth.
The
It,
truth
it is.
works the best. So you just tell the
Yeah.
truth and
Yeah.
you be that way forever.
Yeah.
And if you take your energy out of it, it will all disappear.
Okay.
It may take a while because it's a new pattern
Yes.
and you've been food for a long time.
Yes. It's in my nature, and that nature needs to button it up and
Well, it's your
learn
nature to
how
be
to.
loving to everyone and
Yeah.
to cultivate that response in everyone in return.
Mhm.
But there's some people who that's not what they're interested in.
Yeah.
They just want to feed.
Yeah.
That's why we say vampire.
Yeah.
It's just, and then they go do it to the next person. There's never
I see.
enough.
No, it seems so, and I'm really just starting to really see that, the depth of that.
Hmm.
Yeah. Geez, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Oh, it's great growing up, huh?
Yeah,
Thank
but
you
can you
so much.
feel the strength? Can you feel the strength?
I feel that.
Understanding that it's like now you're
Yeah.
rooted.
Yes, I needed that so much. I'm so grateful. Whew. The picture, the clarity, yeah. The feeling, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That was big, helpful.
Yeah, so you let go once.
Yeah,
You can do it again. It's
yes, I
easier.
can.
It's easier the second time because the person they aren't able to grab onto you. They haven't
Yeah,
set their root system inside you. That's what
yeah,
they're trying to do.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That is big and it's very important. Yeah. Thank you. Wow. Okay.
You're welcome.
I can move on now.
Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Don't forget the Anasa temple for you and the other person. Good, good, good. That's where the action is, not this plane. Yes.
I just have a comment. That was so wonderful. And Nancy, every time I hear you, I really get that you are a manifestation of love. And it was wonderful to hear you be freed to be love without giving yourself over to negative energy that doesn't serve you. It was beautiful. Congratulations. And I love that. I got chills.
Yes. Love does not make us lunch.
Oh, that's great.
So how can we serve further? Yes. Hmm.
Hey, here goes. It's that was such a good story. And it was inspirational. And yeah. So I have in my life a person who's been part of my kind of hobby second career after I retired, which was teaching and then directing a small dance troupe. And she's been kind of in there too. She was teaching as well, both of us under a very wonderful, powerful woman. And then that woman left and turned it over to me. And so anyway, this other woman who I've been dancing with, my mentor said, don't take anybody with you, just do it yourself. And I said to myself, I can't do it myself. I won't do this by myself. It's just too much. So because she was teaching too, and she was in my first troupe, she came along with me and taught. And ever since then, and that was 2008, I guess. But she's been with me since, or we've been in the same world since before the millennium. But anyway, she and I are very different. Uh, and she always contradicts me, so I felt that it's a challenge that I get to deal with, so she'll stop me in my creative process, and I have to go back and see if I can encompass her point of view. But finally, I've realized that she is just undermining me, because in the situation that we were in together, she wanted to be, me, or she wanted to have the position that I had. So anyway, over the course of the last 3 years since the pandemic, I just kind of slowly backed away from the whole thing. So the structure that I pretty much built, I've left to the few people who were there, and she's taken charge of it. And so now she's, she's got like all of my creativity and art, and, the things that I developed, the systems that I developed, and she's using them. And there really isn't anything wrong with that. In my mind, it's good to let go of things, and turn them over to other people. She's not doing anything bad with them. And she's actually a fine person without that competition aspect of things, other than the dance world. Yeah.
So our question is, where is your creativity being expressed now?
Yeah. It really isn't. Yeah. Not
Well,
the same way, anyway.
well, it's something to think about because you need an outlet. You need a creative outlet. And going backwards is not a solution.
Mhm.
So whatever it is, you create from where you are.
Right.
And you can take your time. There's no hurry about it, but you're an extremely creative person and you're not done.
Mhm.
That's all we're going to say about it. You are extremely creative. You have a gift, and your teacher was trying to save you from the jealousy of the other person
Mhm.
by telling you to do your own thing. But it's okay because life has shown you you must do your own thing. And it may have to do with dance and it may not. It may have to do with teaching and it may not. But it's up to you to find a new creative outlet or to redefine the way you were expressing your previous creative outlet. But not having a creative outlet is not an option for you. Does that feel right?
Yes, it does. At least, yes. I mean, I don't have to, in fact, I'm really relieved not to be in charge anymore. It's a great relief.
Well, here's the thing. You are in charge of your creativity, and that's all. It has nothing to do with there may be other people that want to learn from you. You're still in charge of your creativity, but it may involve other people, how you express it. And that's totally up to you. But that you were involved in actively expressing your creativity is really important to your overall health and well-being, because that's flow. You have this enormous flow coming through you that is demanding expression, right?
I don't know. It's just the flow of the universe that I am floating on, that I'm this little leaf floating on. But I see it, so I see that I
So
am it.
yeah, so maybe write, maybe speak, maybe, teach other people to dance. That flow, expressing that flow is important for you.
Yes, well, I'm taking an adventure at the end of the month here, off to Ireland, and
Oh, wonderful.
yeah, yeah, I'm not at all together. So I'm hoping things will come together in the next
Of
5
Of
weeks.
course they will. Yes. Maybe, this is all green lights. All
Hmm.
green lights.
Yeah, yeah, I asked you about that when I was still healing from my hip and thinking, gosh, I don't even know if I can do this
Oh, of
physically.
course. Of course you can.
Well, thank you for that. I will let that confidence wash over me. Uh, thank you. Yeah, and maybe, over there, and after I get back with a new energy, because I've just been kind of sitting in my own energy since the pandemic, really, and then my hip and everything. So yeah, so maybe.
As your hip heals and you get better and better range of motion and ability to walk, everything's going to be different.
Hmm.
You're in a healing process. We're so glad that you are challenging yourself with this trip. You will be amazed at how you come up to the challenge. This is really a good thing. This is you moving in the world again. Perfect.
Yeah. Thank you.
You
Thank you.
are so welcome.
Feel it.
Yeah. And just sit with this. You're in a big change period. And you're a creative person. There's nothing you can do about that. Except be a creative person. And it will have its way with you and show you how to go, just like it's directed you to this trip. So you don't have to worry it, just allow it.
Okay, thank you so, so much.
Oh, you're so, so welcome. Andrew, anything? Brenda? Sorry, I can't forget your names. Hmm. Brenda edits, sorry.
No, that was a historical reason that no longer exists.
Okay. But we'll always edit names out of the tape. And nobody else's pictures ever appear. Hmm. So this is an interesting period right now astrologically. From July 19th to August 16th is, we're forgetting the Sanskrit name, it doesn't matter. It's a period in astrology where, because the solar calendar and the lunar calendar operate at different speeds, every once in a while, the whole calendar has to stop and correct itself by adding extra time, an extra month in there. So right now we're in that extra time where the sun and the moon are correcting so that by August 16th, the calendar will be real time again. But in this period, it's also, it's always a very unsettled period. And so the things that we experience are unsettled. And there's this feeling that we don't quite know where we are. Now it's magnified in Rebecca's chart because she has a sub-cycle of Ketu, which is also very unsettled and unsettling. So it's hard to tell which is doing which to her in this moment. So she's acutely aware of that unsettled energy. But you may also be, because it's our whole planet experiences it. And I can't explain it any better than that. Which in a way doesn't make any sense because it's a structure that's imposed on what is. And so, I mean, it's too complicated for us to really sort out. It's just an unsettled time. And in unsettled times, always the best thing to do is inner work. Because whenever it's unsettled, that's a time that our unworked parts become especially available. Our shadow side. And even though that's always associated with some pain, at least in the beginning of the exposure of a new layer of shadow, there's also, over time, as we do this more and more, a feeling of gratitude that we're able to work deeper, to where our shadow, the rising of our shadow, even though it's painful, we experience it as a gift of deeper awakening, a gift of the opportunity of deeper awakening. And so these periods are really good for that, as you're seeing from our answers today. It's not fun until it is. And the experience of releasing our own darkness always creates more inner flow. How may we serve further? So there's a book we've been reading that we're happy to share with you. It's called Cured. And Andrew, is it Ridgely? Yeah, it's a relatively new book in the last 3 years. And it's about a psychiatrist, the head psychiatrist at McLean Hospital, and his research into spontaneous remissions, spontaneous cures. And, you know, he's somebody who in medical school was always curious about those spontaneous cures that seem to pop up every once in a while. And he was like, well, why don't we study those instead of just studying disease? And, you know, of course, it meant he had to walk that edge of credibility to begin to look at cures. And So he started by going to Brazil, where John of God was at the time. And it's a very, very interesting book.
Jeffrey Redinger.
Yes, that's it. She'll type it in the chat. It's a really interesting book. I'm not done with it, but it's a page turner. Because his stories about the patients that he ran into who got well are incredible. They're just beautiful.
I'll bring that on my 10-hour flight.
Perfect. Perfect book. Are you going soon?
The 28th or
Oh,
29th. Yeah. Yeah.
wonderful. Wonderful.
It's in a week. Yipes.
Yes.
Yeah. He needed a good book. That was like high on my list of things to do. So
Okay. So like, why are you telling me to say this? Yes. Good. Yes. That wasn't a question. Okay, Andrew.
So I was studying with somebody who's a master in the field recently, and she's extraordinarily inspiring. But I also feel that, in a way, there's no way I could directly learn what she's doing because it's her own individual skill. And I'm wondering about if you could talk about that, what can one learn, or how can one absorb that kind of information best when it's not direct.
So Andrew's question is about, he went to study with one of the great osteopathic masters over the weekend. And what he understood from being in the presence of this person is that she has access to an energetic awareness that allows her to heal people with a certain amount of ease. Is that, and he's wondering how to cultivate that in himself, or
What, there seems to be some transfer, but it's not clear what's going on.
right. And he's saying there seems to be some transmission that occurred, but it's not clear what that is or how to cultivate it. Is that the question? So this is really a question about how we continue to cultivate energetic transmission that we have received, regardless of where we have received it from, how we take that into ourselves and cultivate it into making ourselves more refined expressions of our own potential. That's how we're going to say it. Because every single person is completely unique. And so every single person's energetic expression, which energetic expression, another word for that is creativity. Every person is going to express that in a different way, because every person is a different combination of all the things that go into making a creative being. And so we meet people that, for Andrew, it's somebody whose creative expression is in helping others become a higher creative expression of themselves through their physical bodies, through freeing the creative potential that's there. And in a way, every single one of us is trying to do that both in ourselves. And of course, because our self is really the only person that we can change, so that we become a more and more refined version of our own creative energy, so that when other people touch our creative energy, it becomes transformational for them. And this is what spiritual progress is. It's becoming transformed within ourselves so that those lives who touch ours benefit. And that's, mostly we do this because we want to feel better. That's what starts us on this path. Or something happens that we don't understand and we want to understand it. But ultimately, it's about understanding who and what we are and our own creative process deeper and deeper. And as we express that better and better, then it helps other people do same. It's just the way it works. And as we do our own work, other people become inspired by that. We're sure you have all noticed that happening in your own lives. People are saying, what are you doing? You're getting better. And so we share that process with people we meet. And, you know, we're lucky to have jobs where it's our job to do that, to try to, you know, osteopathy is just trying to trying to allow more flow within the person that we're treating, greater access to their physicality and everything else. It's not like it doesn't go into every dimension of being. We are energetic beings having a physical experience, not the other way around. Everything in the outer world will try to convince us it's the other way around. But that's not true. What's real about us is not our bodies. What's enduring about us is certainly not our bodies. What doesn't change is what's real. That which is our source. It is transforming and transformational, but at its source, goes beyond words. Can't be reduced to words. Words like creative potential, dynamic stillness, ultimate awareness, transcendent reality. They all sort of point to it. But they end up obscuring it at the same time, because then our mind is trying to make it into something. And it's beyond the mind. So we might as well go into meditation since we're pretty much already there. Thank you so much for coming today. Mm. So much love to you. Bye for now.